This has nothing to do with the topic of the video. It's just more of an honorable mention. In my Discord, we actually tried to find the funniest Palia names. The one that we love the most for some reason is Cheese's Crust. Every time we see him, we take a picture. We post it. We take a picture of all the funny names, but he is the one that we're like, I found Cheese's. So Cheese's Crust, if you're out there, if you're watching, just letting you know, you are a meme / legendary creature in our Discord and our community. So thank you for that. Today's video, we're going to be kind of going into a little bit of something that I'm very excited for. I've had this video planned for a good bit. There is a little bit of lore. However, I'm not going to categorize it as a lore video, but there is some lore. But it's something that gives me the jollies. Makes me very excited for Palia and its future. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. Palia by Singularity 6 has undergone notable evolution and development since its announcement in August 2020. Marked as a farming simulator, the game's focus has shifted towards community building, social interaction, exploration, and the expansion of lore. And lore is one of the reasons why a lot of you guys are here. Anyways, you're just like me, you're a whore for lore. One significant addition to the game's features is the concept of an adventure zone, which is introduced in August 2023. These zones serve multiple purposes, including encouraging exploration, expanding the game's lore through unique stories in each zone, presenting distinct challenges tailored towards each environment, and fostering cooperation play among players to overcome obstacles and collect resources. So the devs pretty much announced adventure zones during that video where they're set down in front of that couch, there was a fireplace going, and they're talking about the game. They said there was several things coming. There's also something I want to talk about a little bit real quick, even though it has once again nothing to do with the video. They said that instruments are going to come one day in there, and no one is talking about that. The only place I've seen anyone talk about that is in my Discord. But in the video they explained adventure zones are going to be new areas or temporary areas that we're going to be able to go to that expand on the game's world and lore, resources, fucking a lot of stuff. A lot of new things will come with each adventure zone. Throughout the development process, Singularity 6 has actively engaged with the player community, soliciting feedback through regular alpha tests, providing detailed dev updates and patch notes, and maintaining a vibrant presence on social media platforms like Twitter or Discord. Except there's still some bugs in the game that I feel like should have been fixed by now, but hey, it's whatever. Game's still in beta, so they'll be fixed in time. Recently, they announced that the content updates have been a central focus, with new areas such as the Temple of Gales and seasonal events like the Winter Lights Festival and the Lunar New Year event at the Maji Market. In addition to expanding the game's content, Singularity 6 has prioritized gameplay improvement, which recently they announced they're going to stop dropping major content every 2 weeks and they're going to do it once a month, which I think that's a really good idea. They could really focus on squashing some of these bugs. As they're prioritizing gameplay improvements, they're also including enhancements to the user interface and experience, optimizations for smoother performance, bug fixes, and adjustments to balance gameplay mechanics. The continuous development and expansion of adventure zones such as the Bahari Bay and the Temple of Gales are an example of Singularity 6's commitment to providing players with varied and engaging experience within the world of Palia. As the game continues to evolve, players can expect further updates, expansions, and enhancements aimed by enriching the overall gameplay experience. Bahari Bay is an adventure zone. It is one of the areas that we go. There's a shitload of quests there. There are forgeables, there are creatures that we hunt. It's where we go to really get an adventure. And within that area, they've added mini areas like the temples that we can go to. For example, the Temple of Gales. Not only does it add to the gameplay, but it adds to the lore, which, you know, this channel thrives on. And every time they add these areas or make small changes to these areas, the world evolves and changes. Take the temples, for example. As we started opening up the temples, the Musion came down, and that's when they became a new huntable creature. Singularity 6 did go and answer a few questions about the expanding world on their support Palia page. One question asked, can you tell us more about the world outside of the town? How different are the areas from one another, such as the forest, swamps, and desert areas to explore? And will there be any kind of challenges, difficult enemies or puzzles, for example, for players to overcome in these zones? Also, are there more villages to discover and possibly build a house on there as well? Which I feel these questions are stuff that we've all asked. We've all been curious about. A bunch of other Palians have constantly asked, what more is there to the world? Are we going to see something else? Can we explore new areas? Because we were all now very used to Kilma Village and Bahari as we know it. So Singularity 6 did respond saying, Palia is a big world with extremely diverse locales we're excited to take players to over time. At launch, only a small portion of the world will be accessible, but we plan to continuously expand the playable space over time. We call the major overworld areas outside of the village adventure zones, and their settings will be varied as you suggest, with distinct flora, fauna, and gameplay possibilities. Where the village is meant to capture the charm and comfort of home, adventure zones are meant to capture the joy of exploration and discovery. Each adventure zone will feature a bevy of new content and features unique to the zone for you to uncover and experience. So they pretty much did confirm there. We are going to go to other areas that are within the lore other than Bahari. They could be Bahari City. They could even be the Elderwoods. We're going to get into that in a minute. If you know the lore, there are other providences of Palia. Even one is underground. One of the providences of Palia is underground completely. Can you imagine the Mejiri that are down there? I guarantee they're all weird as hell. Now, another question that was asked, will there be seasons and weather patterns such as snow, heavy rains, and storms to go with them? They responded, we're not ready to talk about seasons at this time, but we will definitely have a dynamic weather system that will impact a wide variety of gameplay content in the game. We're also making sure our audio experience is capturing the charm of being sheltered inside while listening to the patter of raindrops across your roof. So right here, they kind of do confirm that eventually we are going to have seasons, or at least a dynamic weather system that includes rain added to the world. To me, that's awesome. That's one less day I don't have to water my crops. But also with the dynamic weather system could mean that there are certain crops you can only grow during certain times. We saw during the Winter Lights Festival that there's snow in Palia, but that wasn't what I expected. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a lot more. I wanted a winter freaking wonderland. So maybe in the future we might get that, but I don't know. In the latest update, they brought in the Lunar New Year event. Many have noticed that their plot had a small change. A cave has opened up in the back, matching some lore based on Florentine, the previous plot owner. Florentine liked to blow shit up, and we can assume that's how the wall fell. Since it opened, you can see the cave banks right. Now, if you go to Bahari, practically the same thing happens in the outskirts. A mine has opened up that seems to be going left, almost as if they will connect at some point. Additionally, there is another door that has appeared in Bahari right next to the outskirts. From the angle of this door, we can assume that this might be a new adventure zone coming. So the way the door is, it is kind of going like northwest, right? And there is a picture of the Kilma village that is more pulled out and it's angled, and there are these weird umbrella-like trees. That's the Elderwoods, and that is northwest of the village. This makes me believe that the Elderwoods are coming in an update within this year, which is fantastic. Like, we have talked about the Elderwoods on this channel, in the Discord, in the game, numerous times. But we'll get back to the Elderwoods in a minute. I want to explain something a little bit more. I have long speculated that they will eventually open up the two areas on your plot. And those two areas are the mines at the back, which just opened, and also the fishing area to the right. If they opened up the mines, then I have full confidence they'll eventually open up the fishing dock to the right. What I assume will bring in those docks would be an update that focuses heavily on community. Because let's be real, communities in the game, as awesome as Singularity 6 to apply a guild system to some extent, they're a shell. You can't really do anything in a community except see who's online and send them a message going, good morning. So I do think in the future, there's gonna be like a heavily focused community update, and that's gonna open up. Then we'll have more reason to go to a plot and hang out and fish together as a unit. There's also some dialogue I would like to point out from Kinley, which states that the docks being broken in town need to be repaired for merchants to come to the village. Fixing the docks can add traveling merchants in the game that we can see for a limited time. If they go and fix the docks, that's another change that will happen to Palia, another evolution. I think that would bring in traveling merchants, because Kinley does say, since those docks are broken, no one really can get to Kilma. No one can park the boot and hop on out. They can't park and get out of their boat and be like, hey, Khajiit has many wares. Fixing the dock would definitely give the opportunity for a traveling merchant that offers a limited time crop or a limited time decor item, whatever, that we'd be able to purchase. And if you miss it, you miss it. He'll have to come back in like 3 months, and then you can get the items then. I think that's cool. I love the idea of traveling merchants in games. There is a chance encounter, or you get rare items, and other people that miss it have to wait a little bit longer to get it. I don't know why I like that. It's weird to me that I enjoy it, because I feel like it's somewhat of a flex. So imagine if they brought in strawberries with the traveling merchant and you had 5 real life days to go and get the get the strawberries. And if you miss it, you're just going to your friend's plot, just like, I wish I had some fucking strawberries. But getting back on topic, I'm going to spoil a little bit here. At the Lunar New Year event, Hidari wishes the mines to remain open and he can maintain work. That's when the mines have opened more. Did his wish come true? Are the other wishes going to come true? If so, Hasi and Sifu both made wishes, and these wishes combined could be the reason that the Elderwoods would be appearing. The Elderwoods, a region and adventure zone steeped in mystery within Palia's lore, remains largely uncharted territory within the game as of now. Positioned northwest of the Kilima Valley, it is depicted as a place of enchantment, often described in hushed tones as possessing magical or mythical qualities. While its existence is acknowledged by villagers, concrete details about its landscape and inhabitants remain a bit funky. So in the lore, there is the Beast of the Elderwoods. And we did a whole episode on the Elderwoods in the lore area, so you can go check that out. But a brief description is, the Beast of the Elderwoods is most likely a werewolf, and it might be Hasian's mom. Okay? And I feel like once the Elderwoods open up, it's going to be a very Hasi and Sifu and Tamala focused quest line to go and cure Talon of being a werewolf. Now, another thing before we get back into the video, I do want to point out that I feel like we might be on the lore, might be on the money, because the name Talon is a combination of Taylor and Caitlin, and Taylor in one culture means to save or salvation, and Caitlin means to pure. So my conspiracy here is that we save Talon by purifying her. Kind of like Hidari means hot dog, and he likes hot dogs, so I feel like it fits. Despite the lack of official implementation of the Elderwoods in the game, the allure of the Elderwoods persists, fueling anticipation among players for its eventual unveiling. Its absence from the playable areas of Palia leaves ample room for speculation, fostering excitement about the potential lore and gameplay elements that awaits its discovery. The inclusion of the Elderwoods within Palia's narrative hints a broader world beyond Kilima Valley, teeming with untold secrets and wonders. If you want to know more about the Elderwoods, though, just start talking to the NPCs. They'll all say, hey, there is shit over there. And the amount of NPCs that hint towards the Elderwoods makes it even more of a possibility that we're going to be able to go there one day, because it was the same thing with the Maji Market. They kept saying, hey, the Maji Market, Lunar New Year. When they talk about these places, like you can almost go to it, I feel like Singularity 6 is hinting at something. Because going back to the adventure zones, they said that they're going to be adding in more adventure zones, more playable areas, more lore. The Elderwoods would be a logical place to open up first. All that aside, new adventure zones can mean more forageables, new creatures to hunt, and even activities added to the game. So let's take a swamp biome. In a swamp biome, I feel like there'd be more of an amphibian-based creature that we can hunt. And maybe like a giant frog or something. I know. Some of us know more than we lead on. But another good example of an adventure zone that is in the lore for new creatures to hunt will be the plains. Plain is where Hasian grew up. Here I'm assuming there'll be creatures very similar to Sernooks that we could hunt, but even possibly a bird-like creature, and no, not a silverwing. That is something that I would like them to add, is a flying bird creature that I could just shoot out of the air. Adding in these new adventure zones and these small changes currently going on in Palia shows that the game will definitely change. They're implementing new areas and they're constantly going to be expanding the world. Singularity 6 has gone and said that the game that we're playing right now is not going to be the game we're playing in 5 years. Because they said the community is forming the game. Now, I'm going to put a form in the description down below, along with my sources. With the sources that I have, I'm going to put that information down below, but I'm going to put a form down there, okay? It is a player feedback form from Singularity 6. Fill it out. Every time I have an idea or I think a thought of something I think will be great added to the game, I fill out a player feedback form, because they said we shape the game, have a thought, drop it in the feedback form, and let Singularity 6 know, okay? Since Palia is changing over time, what is an area you'd like to see? Many people have said they want to see Bahari City. Me personally, I want more adventure than an urban city or a big village. I want mysteries and I want to do puzzles. So I feel like a place like the Elderwoods would be amazing. But there are other providences of Palia. We actually have a lore video coming up very soon about the providences of Palia. But what area would you like to see, and what would you like to see in it? Let me know in the comments down below. But while you're down there typing, be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification button so you'll know when I upload a video. But if you want to know the exact moment I upload a video, because I will annoy the shit out of you with pings, be sure to join the Discord. The Discord is a happy and fun, welcoming place. Everyone there is so kind to each other, except for Brutal. Brutal is a dick, but he is my mod, and he's the greatest mod you can ever ask for. Love you, dude. And if you're watching this right now, right now, whether it's a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, or a Thursday, but most likely Tuesdays or Saturdays because those are the upload days. I am most likely streaming on Twitch because once the video goes up, I go live. So you can come in and let's talk about this video. Share your thoughts. Did you think of something? Did you think a thought? Let me know about that thought. Post it in chat. All right, everyone is welcome. No one is a stranger. Other than that, that's the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.